Hey everyone, and welcome to the daily message for Saturday, May 17th of 2025 for The Collective. So always with these, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if you'd like to personalize, rate it's the Mintalka Experience on Facebook. And if you'd like to donate, then it's Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or MetaPay. Ask for my information. If you feel called, like, share, comment on this video. Get the word out there. So what I'm getting for the collective energy, don't force it if it doesn't fit, is that there's a lot of optimism and hope going on today. A lot of toxic positivity, like love and light only, threefold law. If you do something bad to somebody, then it'll come back to you, kind of a deal. Learning the laws of the universe in reality versus what you perceive it to be would be a wise step today. And you can do this by your day-to-day activities, just sitting down and observing things. Observational skills are going to be the best today, especially for those visual learners. Spending time in nature and doing what comes naturally to you will help, especially when you feel like there's like a toxicity in the air, and where you feel like your funds or finances are drying up, or your resources are low or restricted, or you're feeling limited or restricted within your work environment, or what you can do based on what court provides, or the limitations of like your physical ailments or your mental health as well. Prioritize your well-being and prioritize your education at this point. Especially since it's so close to graduation at this point. Seeking guidance and closure will help you benefit, especially for those that are drawn to like orchid flowers or orchid plants, or those that have like an orchid energy, or like guides that work with orchids. Being able to spend some quality time like in gardens or botanical fields or natural parks, or somewhere that is not man-made. Like the cliff dwellings would be considered natural. The man-made into the natural earth is more natural than just building on top of things. Making sure when you build things in architecture that you lay a solid foundation. It's also a good analogy for those that work with earth elementals and earthly gods or goddesses of earth, like Gaia and earth magic as well. So like cooking, cleaning, cinnamon broom spells, using trees or flowers or plants, or knowing what's edible as well, so you can make like potions and magic. Self pleasures are prominent today, so make dispositions about what pleasures you and what makes you happy and what drives you forward, so you can start manifesting your desires. And take a hard look at what you want in life, and then see how it would appear to others by flipping the script and acting like somebody told you that's what they wanted to do, and see what advice you would give them. Speaking to like your past lives, your parallel lives, your future lives, your highest self, your lowest self, polar signs. So like Virgo, Pisces, Aries, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio, Cancer, or Cancer, Capricorn, and Scorpio, Taurus. My apologies for that one. Sagittarius and Gemini are going to be strong today. So individuality versus community. Satan versus Lucifer in a type of a sense here. Freemasonry and left-handed paths are going to be highly affected today, especially when it comes to religious bias and core values. Morally gray areas need some cognitive dissonance And so do areas that you are very like willfully ignorant about or toxic positively about. Like you were raised in the white light, or you were raised to be good, you were raised in a good natured environment with like angels and angelic mindsets and light working, but you may feel called to like the darker arts or the chaotic beings or the shadow creatures. So just being aware of how non-conformity and conformity have both played into your life will be a great benefit and of great use to you today. Especially between like 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. And for like 333 and 888. If you see 3s and 8s a lot, especially like mirrored, like 3883 or 8338 or 838 or 383. Just know that you are able to take things personally, but don't make them personal. This is especially true with like inheritances due to like reincarnation, rebirth, regeneration, life after death and before birth. Basically, if you want somebody to be reincarnated or you want to reincarnate, there are some certain steps that need to happen for that to get through. Spiritually, they are already ascending or descending towards the physical. It's just you need to learn some patience. So it might take 6 to 8 more weeks. So just be aware of the timing. I keep getting like summertime, so anywhere between June 21st and September 21st. Most likely in September, though, between July and September. That's especially true for like life path 11s, life path 7s, and like 13s and 4s. 1s and 3s usually have that under wraps a little bit better. For those that are a little slow in processing or slow to learn, it's going to take a little bit longer to manifest today, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It might be a little later than expected, or it might be a little less than you had hoped, or it may not come in the way you expect. So keep your eyes open and your ears peeled and broaden your horizons. Don't stick to just one place if you think that the energy needs to move, but don't constantly move to where the energy seems out of place. Be aware of what is around you, within you, and surrounding you, especially those mediums that allow mounting and like possessions to go in place. This isn't talking like DID when you switch out, but this is actual like possession. Learning the discernment between spiritual gifts and mental illness can be a great help, especially for those that are trying to dig into their soul akasha and records and mnemosynes and excavate old memories and find lost soul pieces of themselves. Feeling like you're missing a part of yourself is part of the journey, but that doesn't mean not to look into it just because it is part of how it's supposed to be. So don't let it slip you by, but don't wait too long to look into it just because you assume it's gonna be okay. Because you know what they say about assuming. But that's what I'm getting for May 17th, 2025, Saturday for the collective. As always with these, say rest, sleep, it doesn't. Thanks for joining.